Well, looky there.
Hello, welcome to NTL Critical.
This is our first blab. We will be introducing you to us and everything we do and why we're doing it and all that good stuff.
Yeah, so to start out our blab, we're going to go with what's on your mind. Just a quick intro of what we're thinking. So, John, kick it off. What's on your mind?
So this month we're kind of talking a lot about education, and I'm right now in the middle. We're in the middle of putting together a court on whether or not to pursue a master's or do kind of self-study kind of things.
Right.
And just as I do more and more research, it's incredible to me how incredibly cheap and accessible the online resources are that exist today that have never existed before. Like when you're talking about MOOCs, you're talking about free classes, free books, things like that. It's just incredible to me how much there is and how cheap it is. Yeah.
I hear you, because I'm also doing some education, and it's like, whoa, just even the Coursera and EDX and so much stuff.
Yeah. What about you? What are you thinking about?
Right now I'm very much thinking about trying to stay in the moment, but also trying to make sure you're planning for the future and not being too overwhelmed by the future that it takes away from your day-to-day and just enjoying your life in general. But especially at this age of us, like the mid-20s age in general, there's a lot of you're constantly planning the next move, especially if you've chosen this international
That's
lifestyle.
true. Not super stable. So you kind of have to have, it's tough to have eyes on the future and still be absorbing everything around you.
Right.
Yeah, that's real tough.
So just figuring it out, but it's an ongoing thing.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right. So now we're going to go into the meat of the topic. So we're going to introduce you guys to what we are and why we're doing it and all that good stuff. So just to give you a basic idea, NTL was formed from hearing the mantra that most startups and bloggers and entrepreneurs always talk about, don't overthink it, just start making progress, get a move on, and the only way to learn how to start a business is to actually start it and to actually get moving.
Right. So part of NTL is to do that, to finally start. And for us, as part of our project, is to be better versions of ourselves, to meet people who will enhance our experiences, to hopefully enhance theirs through what we're doing, and to network with people coming from a similar background, but also a similar mindset that we can all kind of collaborate together. Yeah,
get people that really share our same mental space. As you move around, you meet a lot of people. Some of them work well with you and some of them don't. And finding more people that can really add to our lives and improve our lives, and hopefully we can help improve them as well.
Right. And some of what we want to improve especially is kind of refine and explore the conversation on career goals and personal development, professional development. And we want to do that through a couple different channels. So we're going to have the court, we're going to have alternative lifestyles, the NTL Critical blog, and amateur hours, which is a 20 hours challenge.
Yeah, so amateur hours, basically we work on learning new skills. Blog, we talk a lot about what we're thinking about, what we're dealing with in our lives. And at the court, we debate different issues, kind of more intellectually. And alternative lifestyles, we talk about different career paths that people might not think of, a little counterintuitive sometimes. We're really trying to shift the conversation for all of these things into a more modern context. A lot of people have an old-fashioned kind of mindset in terms of corporate life, in terms of going, again, to go to university or something like that in order to develop skills. We want to talk about how technology and how the new internationalism of the world can really facilitate those things without the kind of traditional means that you might have pursued in the past.
Right. And part of our big thing is that everything is changing and will continue to change. So we really want to capitalize on the fact that it's changing now and it's time to start doing something about it and bringing that conversation up. And then if we can better ourselves and even a few people who come along for the ride and become part of the community and learn from us, then we'll be pretty damn satisfied with where we're at.
All right. So now we're going to play a little game. Today, we're going to be playing over-under. So essentially, the way this game works, one of us will ask the other a question. We will give them a number. How much do you think I weigh? Over or under 300 pounds, right? And they have to guess, is it over or is it under, and explain why. All right? So you want to start us out with the first question?
Yeah. So my question is, do you think it is over or under 6 business days to get the legal paperwork completed for starting a business in Hong Kong.
Hong Kong.
Yes, Hong Kong.
So I've never been to Hong Kong, but I guess that doesn't really matter.
Does it?
No, I'm going under. So Hong Kong, I know Hong Kong and Singapore are right up there at the top of the ease of doing business index, the world ease of doing business index. So I got to imagine they're down 3-4 days, like definitely less than 6, I would say. That's around where like the UK is, some of the better Western countries. We're not nearly as efficient as them.
Okay, so you're saying under.
Yeah, under. Definitely
Under 6.
Yeah.
You are correct. So ding, ding, ding.
Yeah.
The US is at 5 business days.
Okay.
The UK is at 6, and Hong Kong is at 2.
2. That's shocking. Like 2 is incredible. Like you can't do anything in 2 days.
2 is incredible.
That's why you gotta move to Hong Kong.
2 and 3 depends on if you're looking at 2015 versus like right now. But
okay, sure. All right. So I'm on the board. All right. Sorry. Yes, my question. Do you think Google has acquired more or less than 150 businesses? So how many businesses have they purchased at Google? Over or under 150?
Okay, so Google is a very massive company. There's a lot of very small companies. There's enough, like, I'm talking about like the WhatsApps of the world that are like an app that is still is a full-fledged company.
Yeah, like a dozen people
but
hanging out.
It's not really, it's not like the startup that you really would envision of Silicon Valley. So I'm going to go with over, because I feel like there could be plenty of those that they have acquired that are maybe smaller, not knocking WhatsApp, but like smaller companies.
Right, yeah, not as many employees and stuff. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah, it actually is over. It's about 180 businesses that Google has purchased. So,
all right.
Well done. Congratulations, tied it up.
Okay, 1-1. So next question. Over or under 10 years old for the age Bill Gates started programming?
Sorry, give that to me again. Okay, so do I think Bill Gates was older or younger than 10?
Yes.
Okay, so Bill Gates is old. Like, he's old. Like, nobody had computers back then. When he was a kid, they had like computers the size of rooms and stuff. I highly doubt that his family had a computer. I'm going to go over. I'm going to guess he probably started sometime in university. That makes sense.
Okay.
They had like punch cards and crap. Yeah, I'm going over. I'm going definitely over 10. Definitely over 10.
Okay, so ding, ding, ding. He is correct. Yeah. It is over. But he actually started when he was 14 years old.
Okay.
Because he was in his like, I think it was Lakeside private school or something like that. But they actually brought in the computers, and he was doing it at night, coding, getting his like outliers 10,000 hours thing going. Okay. So he started very early.
Yeah, 14 is still super young for back then. All right. Okay, so my next question. So unicorns are startups, often technology companies that are worth or valued at over $1 billion. And the question is, do you think there are currently over or under 200 unicorns? So that's $200 billion startup companies. I don't know.
So I think there's a lot of startups who have a lot of money.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
That's a pretty good blanket statement, right?
Yeah, I'd go with that, yeah.
But $1 billion is still a lot of money for a startup.
True. They don't have $1 billion. They're just worth $1 billion.
Right, but still, I'm going to go with under, because I think there's plenty that have that much, but maybe not quite that many.
Okay, yeah, it is under. Well done. Okay. According to CB Insights, there are 164 unicorns at present. So 2-2.
All right, so my final question. Agriculture technology startups in 2015, over or under 2 billion invested?
Well, I'm gonna go over. I'm going over. Like, there's a huge amount of investment in agriculture. I was just reading about Monsanto is looking to be purchased by a Chinese firm. Like, there are a bunch of mergers, a bunch of consolidation. There's a ton of investment going on right now. I would have to guess we're talking over 2 billion. 2 billion is not that much anymore. We're just talking about there are 164 billion dollar startups. So yeah, I'm going over.
True. All right, you got another one.
Yeah.
So there are there was 2 billion and half of 2.4 billion and half of 2015 alone. There ended up being 4.6 billion in agriculture technology startups in 2015.
Okay.
So it's the hot market coming up.
Yeah, seriously.
As it probably should be.
Yeah, a lot of growth there. All right, my last question. So there is a man named Bill Gross who founded a number of companies, but he founded one of the earliest incubators in Silicon Valley. Kind of came up with the concept essentially. It's called Idea Lab. He has ranked a lot of startups over the years, and he ranks them based on 5 important traits.
Right.
So the 5 are ideas, timing, team, business model, and funding. All right. And my question to you is, do you think he ranked ideas above or below the second most important trait of those 5?
Above or below the second most important trait?
Yeah, so over or under second. So over would be third, fourth, fifth. Under would be first.
Okay.
Let's say under is first or second.
Let's go with first or second, because I'm going to say that it is like number 2.
So not first. Okay. Well, I'm sorry, you're incorrect. It is not first. It is not second. It is, in fact, the third most important thing, according to Bill Gross.
First is probably timing.
Yeah, first is timing. Timing, you have to have whatever technology type firm you're starting, you need to have it work with the current system, the infrastructure around.
Right.
If the technology is not there for people to use your product, obviously you can't really sell it. The second most important is team. Having everybody on the same page, having everybody dedicated, strong skill set. Yeah, team is the second most important thing. So
Gross got me there.
Yeah. All right, so that's the end of the game. That's the end of over under.
Okay, so 3, 2, he is the winner. Next time we'll have a little board of the reigning champ, and we'll track it.
Yeah, I'm always going to be the reigning champ.
Don't say that. This is just the beginning.
All right,
folks.
All right, so now we're on to the last segment of the day. We're on to our quick takes. Oh wait, sorry. No, we're first before the quick takes. We're going to do some updates.
Back it up.
Take a second. All right, so what do we have going out this week, Jess?
So right now we are working on 20 hours.
Mm-hmm.
We are working on our first 20 hours. So we did 20 hours where you did drawing, I did K-pop dancing, we did the 5 hours research, the 20 hours of actual practice.
Yeah.
We have our article going out that kind of lays out all the process, what we think, what you need to know, all of that good stuff. That is going out this week. We also have a court that just went out.
Yeah, the court just went up. We just finally had the decision for our last court.
Yeah, verdict's up.
Yeah, the verdict's up, talking about whether or not nationalism or multiculturalism, internationalism is kind of where we're at and what we should be supporting in terms of our kind of cultural and national identities.
Right. And then we've got some blogs that are always going up every week. We're going to have a blog post.
Blogs are up all the time.
Right now, we just had your post that went up last week, and we have this week is going to be accreditation we're working on education for the month of June. So we're having accreditation in particular of graduate school, not necessarily college, but as a whole, accreditation across the board.
Yeah. All right. So that's about all we've got for right now. Obviously, the blab's going up. Might have some videos going up on YouTube pretty soon.
Of course.
But now into our quick takes. So these are where we ask quick questions, give quick answers to each other. What do you got?
All right. So first, what's the most useful piece of advice you've ever received?
My father always said, don't do anything to get yourself killed. So don't do anything to get yourself killed, kids.
That's pretty solid.
Yeah. All right. So who are you taking? You taking Bill Gates, Steve Jobs? Who are you taking?
I'm going to go with Bill Gates because, no offense, Jobs, you're wonderful, but Bill Gates is still alive. You're still alive.
Okay, going with it. Yeah, makes sense. Still alive.
What is your favorite thing to do for fun or to escape?
I'm a bit of a reader. Reading relaxes me a lot. So if I need to get away from the things around me, get myself remotivated, refocused, reading. Just get into the books. All right. So what city would you want to visit most? What's the most yearning you have to visit city? I'm
going to go with Berlin because I've heard a lot about the culture.
It's a popular one.
All this good stuff.
Yeah.
Never been.
Sure. Okay.
What's your favorite book? You said you like to read.
My favorite book, Brave New World, is the best book. It is incredibly realistic. It tells you a lot about the potential problems in our society, and with our current kind of trajectory. What is your favorite podcast? What are you listening to? What's the best thing you got going right now?
Right now, I am on Tropical MBA. It's just a great, like, location-independent entrepreneurial podcast.
Okay, nice.
Who would win in a fight? Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump? Our two hopefuls.
Oh, that's a good one. Well, okay, so here's the issue. Clinton's...
Remember, quick takes, John.
Clinton's a cold hard killer. She'll rip him to shreds. Trump's all big, flabby. No, he'll get torn apart. He's slow. He doesn't think properly. He's gonna get destroyed.
All right.
Next thing. Are you going to go back and live in the U.S. before 2020? What do you think? 4 years out. What do you think?
I think I'm going to be abroad for the next 5 years, so maybe not completely live in 2020.
Okay.
If you have a bucket list and you could cross one thing off tomorrow, what would it be?
Well, I've always wanted to start a business. It's a big goal of mine. So kind of getting on that here. That's what I would want to work on.
All right, solid.
What is the most impactful university class you took?
I'm not sure impactful is right, but most relevant at the moment is environmental education.
Okay.
I'm currently educating right now in South Korea and hopefully doing environmental stuff in the future.
Yeah, that makes sense.
My last question. What TV series has been the most profound for you? Or however you want to
That's
say
easy. West Wing is the best TV show of all time. Game of Thrones is pretty close. West Wing has the best acting, the best scripts, the best interchange with the cast. It's just the best.
It's the change.
Yeah. Okay, so who do you got in the NBA Finals? We're about getting deep into the series. You got the Cavs, you got the Warriors.
I'm gonna go with the Warriors. Just Steph Curry went to
Got
Davidson,
that long
North
ball
Carolina
faith?
for his.
Okay.
So the alma mater's close to my home, close to my heart. I hope he wins.
All right. Okay. All right. So that's all we got today, guys. That's about wraps it up.
That's all we got. But just know that every week on Tuesday we will be doing this blab. We'll be here, and then it will be on YouTube. All of our content will be at NTL Critical, at Facebook, at Twitter. We're also getting on Instagram, so check us out across all those platforms, and we hope to see you next week.
Yeah. So join us here again next week, 7 p.m. Korean Standard Time on Tuesday. Yeah. All right. Bye-bye, guys.
Bye.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and hit that like button. And if you're new here, keep up with what we're up to by hitting that subscribe button. I'll see y'all next week.
And so you really need to do that. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but they're singing happy birthday to somebody. I don't even know. Oh.
So if you get a little creative in the background.
Essentially, we're trying to be better. The court handles our minds, lifestyles directs our professional life, and amateur hours helps us develop useful skills, like caper toss. On the list, critical.